Hey, Sandy. How's it going?
Good, Ellie. How are you?
Good, good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today to share a little bit about your experience working together. Just a quick overview of Sandy before I give her the floor is she, first of all, is a total boss. You crushed this journey to the absolute fullest. We're so phenomenal at just executing everything that I think you are a phenomenal example of what it looks like for someone who really dives in and works this program. You're also a career woman, right? Full-time job. I believe you do what, 12-hour days?
10-hour days, 4 days a week.
10
Yeah.
hours, sorry, 10-hour days. That's what it was. 10-hour days, 4 days a week, right? Never let that be a reason you weren't successful in this and executed what you needed to. And you're also a mother, right? And you're also taking care very intensely of your mom right now. So I knew for you, time was of the essence. You also had a recent diagnosis with an autoimmune. So you had a lot of things going on, as you came into this journey. And so
Mhm.
can I just go ahead and hear from you? What inspired you to reach out and decide that this is something you wanted to try?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for that, by the way. As you said, I got hit with an autoimmune disease, which caused my body not to be able to do what it was used to doing in the past. And so I was getting frustrated and I wanted to take control of my health and my body. And I had seen you talk about your program on Facebook, and it just intrigued me, the whole mind, body, spirit. I thought, well, that's something new for me. I've always done the body, but I wasn't really sure what the mind and spirit had to do with anything. And so I just thought, I need to start taking care of myself, and what better way to invest in myself than this? And so I just took a chance, and that started my journey.
Amazing. And let's talk about that journey that you went on. Why don't you go ahead and just highlight all that you really felt like you got out of this program? We could talk about physical results, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the things. What are the big things that you felt like you really got out of this journey?
Man, there's so many. First of all, I learned that you don't need to go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, balls out, you know, full on cardio and the heaviest weights you can possibly manage. You taught me, which is probably basic to most people, but to listen to your body and do what's best for it that day. That just wasn't my mindset. I always just, more the better, work through the pain. That was just how I thought. And so you taught me how to slow down and really just do what was right for me that day. You taught me, well, I learned about conscious breath work. I learned about the value of meditation. Um, One of my favorite quotes was perspective is choice. Like, that's probably basic to some people, but to me, it was just such a good little nugget that I've taken away and will use for sure. I feel strong, really. I mean, even though my body isn't what it used to be, I'm so proud of where I'm at and how far I've come and what you've taught me through this journey.
Amazing, amazing. And do you mind sharing a little bit about, I know a big goal for you coming into this was your sleep. That was something
Mhm.
that wasn't completely dialed in. You'd wake up in the middle of the night and all those things. Just share a little bit about that journey and how it's come along and what are the tools that you grabbed that really help support that.
Yeah, sure. So sleep has always been an issue for me for since I've had kids, probably. It did get worse through this. I think that um, there's a lot of things that weighed into it, but I think that my whole eating plan has changed. My whole diet has changed, which I think played into it. Key. The things I do before bed are different. I now meditate before I go to bed, which I feel is huge. Like, I just won't go to sleep until I do it. It's so ingrained in me now. I take time to read before going to bed rather than just mindlessly watching TV. Um, I watch what I put in my body before I go to bed. There's no more sugar before I go to bed at night anymore. So I think that there's a whole lot of things, but I may still wake up, but I now can go back to sleep, which my mind would never settle down in the past. So I think meditation has a huge amount to do with that. And if I do wake up, I might just take some deep breaths and calm myself back down if I'm having a hard time that night. But sleep, I mean, I have never had such good sleep honestly, in the last 27 years. For real. Yeah.
Wow. That's a life-changing, that alone,
Oh,
aside from everything,
yep.
is huge.
It's completely life-changing. Yeah.
You can't outwork, you can't eat clean enough to like out eat like a bad diet or
No.
bad sleep hygiene, right? The fact that you can get that dialed in, it makes all those other components so much more executable and supporting your body. You're not swimming upstream.
Right.
We talked a lot about food, and you came in very limited, and I would say your mindset with like, if I eat clean, I have to make all these sacrifices, and I can never live, and I can never go out to eat, and it's always going to be time consuming. Or you had a lot of things to say about when it came to nutrition. You couldn't have your cake and essentially eat it too.
Yeah.
What within nutrition mindset do you think, what do you think you've gained out of this?
Oh, well, I've learned how satisfying it is to eat clean and to make your own meals and although I always cooked, I didn't really, I don't know. I think I always felt like I was eating pretty healthily. I really did. I thought that I was eating pretty good. But I was not even close to eating well. So too many processed foods, way too much sugar. So my biggest fear was, I don't want to give up my sweets. Like, I'm a huge sweet tooth. And, I learned there are plenty of things you can eat that are sweet that will satisfy that sweet tooth. And the recipes that the group exchanges are just, they kind of get you on a roll to start researching more recipes. I just think the whole mindset that you taught me that it's not a have to, I want to, I get to, right? So that's been huge. I used to be like, well, gosh, I got to do this and I got to cook for my other family because they don't want to eat that way. Well, so what? I mean, I'm here to take care of myself, and it's been, they're learning as they watch me. So, I'm not shoving it down their throat, but they're also learning that, oh, maybe labels are important. So it's been life-changing for sure.
That's huge. And I think a lot of moms can relate to that one, is like, I want to eat clean, but my family's not going to get on board. And the reality is, like, you're like, I'm going to do what's best for me here.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing you to eat foods that are not going to make you a healthier and happier version of yourself. Right.
Right.
Like, I'm making choices to feel healthy and happy for myself. Therefore, you want to get on board. Great. If not, then it sounds like, though, for you, they're actually choosing slowly but surely adapting some of these practices that you're implementing as well.
Yeah,
so
they are slowly. And they, yeah, and they're far more than I thought they would. So, and the little bit extra time that it takes for me to do mine and theirs it's so worth it, because I feel so much better. I didn't even know I had a bad gut until I started eating well. I just thought that's how my stomach was. Every time I ate, I had a little bit of a stomach ache. That's just the way it was. I was never regular. I mean, everything has changed. I haven't had a stomach ache since we started working together. I mean, no, I can't say I never have, but it's very limited. And yeah, it's just life-changing. Eating well is huge.
Yeah. And figuring out how to do it in a way, do you feel like you figured out how to do it in a way that feels pretty like, I could rock with this for,
yeah,
I could rock with this. This is totally like a lifestyle thing for me.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I've learned about foods I've never ate before. Recipes don't scare me. Before I was like, okay, if it wasn't 6 ingredients or less, forget it. Sandy's not touching it. Now it's like not a big deal. I actually can't wait to take the challenge. So
boom, that's what we love to hear. It's all of a sudden, and I think you had said it earlier, I don't have to, I get to, and now it's like, wait, I'm actually looking forward to the challenge of making something new. Yeah,
for sure.
That's huge. Huge. Okay. So next question is, if you could describe this journey and what you've gotten out of it in one word, what would that word be?
That's pretty easy. My word would be peace, because I just feel I'm at peace with where my body is at. I am at peace with where my weight is at, which has been said never by me. I am at peace with my journey ahead. I'm actually excited. Yeah, just peace.
Yes, Sandy, let's go. Oh man, that's huge.
Yeah.
That brings me so much
Well,
joy to know.
it's thanks to you, Allie. I mean, you have this dialed in, like I've told you before, you have this plan dialed in, and you meet your clients where they're at, which you totally met me where I was at, which was not an easy journey, I'm sure, for you. And you just took it on, and you just worked with me. It's really been life-changing.
So much love to you, Sandy. Thank you.
Back at
And
you.
I will let you know you've been an absolute treat and joy to work with. By no means, like I say, you were amazing because, and this is, I think a lot of people should take note of this, like you executed like the plan, and the plan was meeting you where you were at. I was not just telling you to follow this black and white instructions list that I give to every single person in the exact same way. I meet you where you're
Right.
at, and then you would execute it. So we would figure out, is this working? Yes. Is this not working? No. Okay, let's adjust. And you would, so you were so great at just being all in and committed to doing what you had to do so we could get to this place.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So my last question is just if someone else was thinking about joining the journey, they're thinking about going down the soul-centered strength journey, what would you say to that person?
I would say just jump in with both feet and do it. You will never regret doing it, but you may possibly regret not doing it. And a life with regrets is no life at all. So just do it.
That's it, mic drop. That's life right there. A life with regrets is not, I don't even know what I can't even remember how you just said it, but it was so good. It was so good. A life with regrets is no life to live at all, or something like that. That was good.
It's not. Don't have regrets.
Don't have regrets.
It took me a long time to learn that. So I'm telling all you young people, don't have regrets. Jump in. Or even my age, jump in. It's not too late.
Oh,
Like really, it's not.
Oh yeah, it's not too late. Never too late. Beautiful.
Mm-mm.
Beautiful, Sandy. Well, is there any closing remarks that you would love to share before we sign off here?
No, just a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that people that hear this will just take the plunge. It's so much different than anything you'll ever get out there in any gym you go to or any personal trainer. I've done it all. And this is just completely different. I learned that your mind and your spirit need exercise just as much as your body. And you have to take care of all of it. And that is just not something I was, ever even thought of or was introduced to. So I would say just go for it. It's worth it.
Your mind and spirit need just as much exercise as your body does. Seriously, couldn't have been more beautifully said, Sandy.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously, it's been such a treat, such a joy, beyond lovely to work with you. And I know
Thank
for
you.
you, it truly is the beginning. This was 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 months, man. And you have so much momentum in your corner. I just cannot wait to see where this momentum continues to take you. So
Me too. Thank you, Allie.
yes, thank you, Sandy. Appreciate you and appreciate you coming on here.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye, Sandy.
Bye.